is just wrong.
Yeah.
It is so wrong. So I have decided that starting this year, I don't get a birthday. I'm going to get a birthday month. I'm going to get a birthday month. I think I deserve to have. You think I can have a birthday every day? A party every day? I like that idea too. But do you think Brother Worley could really handle doing a party every day? No. Okay. Well, we'll think about my birthday later. Right now, I need to zip to your eyes up here. We are going to go over the memory verse, and this memory verse actually is very similar to Brother Worley's life verse because of what it says. You can read it up there if you want, or you can just listen. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Has anybody ever been absolutely, positively terrified?
Yeah.
I'm not talking just a little scared or a little nervous. I'm talking terrified. Like scared to death. About probably 12 years ago, we were preaching in Louisiana. And I only have one thing in this world that I am absolutely 100% terrified of. Most things don't bother me because I grew up having to take care of myself. But I do not like snakes. Okay, I do not like snakes. We were in Louisiana, and they decided that they wanted to treat us nice, which was really kind of them. All three of our girls were traveling with us still. They were small, and they put us in this big house. It was called the Missionaries' House. And it had like 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and a laundry room and a kitchen and a living room. And it was a beautiful house. But we were there to teach them how to teach kids. So I got up in the morning and I went in the living room to work on the project for the class I was teaching that day. Finished my project. See, I was a good girl. I got up early and got it done. Decided I needed to go check on my girls and make sure they were sleeping good because they all had their own rooms in this great big house. I looked in the room where Bethany, our oldest daughter, was sleeping. I could hear her snoring before I opened the door. It was good. I opened the next door where Sister Holly, Kyle Kilgore's wife, was sleeping, and she always slept curled up in a ball with her hiney sticking straight up in the air. She was out. So I came back around by the kitchen where the room Melanie, Ronaldo's mom, was sleeping. And I opened the door, and I just about lost it. In fact, I did lose it. Because on the floor of Melanie's room was a 4-foot black snake. And it was moving. And it was between me and my baby girl sleeping in that bed. I ran as fast as I could down the hallway. I jumped on the bed where Brother Worley was sleeping, and I started beating on him with both fists. Just how, "There's a snake, there's a snake, there's a snake, there's a snake." And he gets up and he's, What? I was losing it, y'all. I was done. I was about to pass out. There was a snake in that room between my baby and me. I was terrified. In fact, I was so afraid that I forgot I don't have to be afraid.
That's right.
Long story short, Brother Worley got up and he got an ironing board and a broom. And he went and decided to joust with the snake. Kind of.
Beat it up.
He started poking it with the broom. He started talking to it. And I'm hollering, "Get Melanie, get Melanie, get Melanie, get Melanie. Oh, there's a snake, get Melanie." So he steps over the snake, which freaked me out because he's way too close to it. Picks Melanie up out of the bed and says, "You have to go sleep with your sisters. There's a snake." She wanted to see it. She did. She wanted to see the snake. He got the snake out, and I started packing my suitcase. Because I told him, we're not staying here. We're not staying where there's snakes. I went and I told the caretaker of the campground that there had been a 4-foot black snake in my daughter's room, and you know what he told me? "Oh, yeah, they come up through the plumbing all I was terrified. I was so afraid that I forgot I don't have to be afraid. Because this verse says, be strong and courageous. Stand there with your back straight and look them straight in the eye. So let's try it. Everybody get up on your feet. Without complaints, because that's rude. You're not supposed to be rude. Chase, come on, get up on your feet. Give me those muscles. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He goes with you. He does. He goes with you. And I love that fact. He goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Now I want to hear you say it or read it back to me because I got to hurry. We're running out of time. You ready? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31, 6. Sit down.
We're doing true or false again. Does anybody know anything about ravens?
I know.
The answer's meaning?
It's a girl that has exact.
Your name's Raven? Yes. Okay.
Or is that crows?
Crows and ravens, almost the same thing. Let's listen to see what he has to say.
I don't know. But I'll look into that.
They eat scraps.
Eight scraps? Let's see. Who thinks ravens are extremely smart birds? Stand up if you think that's true.
Yeah, they're extremely smart. Okay, you're not.
One person thinks they're not smart. They're very smart birds. True or false? Ravens can imitate human speech. Who thinks ravens can talk? They hear a word. They can repeat it.
Yeah.
Raven's a bird. Ravens that look like that
You mean
one.
that
Who
one?
thinks ravens can imitate speech? We know parrots. You know parrots can imitate speech. They can talk. They can say hi. Like that's what imitate means. They copy. It's true. Ravens can do it better than some parrots. Raven can actually talk.
Hey guys, you need to take it down a notch. Have some respect. Thank
think that's true, Stand up. So if a raven is this big, you can hook something this big. That's true.
Like an elephant.
Ravens are excellent hunters.
That's true?
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Look at you winners.
True or false? You guys can all say that. Some ravens are white with blue eyes.
I see something. Yeah.
That's true too.
There are too many flowers. It's false. Yeah, it's false. It's true.
Ravens only travel by themselves. Ravens only travel by themselves.
That's false.
Stand up if you think that's true.
I've seen ravens.
You
I've
guys are
seen
smart.
ravens travel with other
They travel in pairs.
Was it true? Of course, it's pairs too.
No, they travel in pairs and groups.
See?
Yep.
Everybody got it.
So ravens can talk. Do you think if a raven seen your face, it could remember you? If you fed it, do you think it would remember that you fed it? Or if you tried to kick it, do you think it could remember that you tried to kick it? Stand up if you think ravens have excellent memories and they can remember faces.
That's a really smart.
They did.
Oh,
That's
a
true.
different question.
They can remember faces. Huh? Yep. They can remember faces. That's true.
Yeah, because there's perfect. Yeah, I knew that gave me anything.
A group of ravens is called a herd. A herd. It's called an unkindness.
Ravens is called an unkindness? Wow. All right, y'all, I need you to sit on your squares. I need you to zip your lip. You can do that. I know you can. Sister Robin, I'm going to hand these to you for you to put with the take-home bags. These are the prizes for those who had gotten the fish cards. We had some confusion last week, so you didn't get them because I had to do some follow-up to make sure you got the right prizes, but they are waiting for you when you leave today. Do you remember when I just talked about being terrified?
Yeah.
Have you ever been so afraid of a person?
Yes.
A person. I'm going to tell you about a person who was so mean, so wicked. Zip the lip. I'm running out of time. I want to get through it. So I need y'all to be quiet and listen. I know you can do it because you've done it for me in the past. This was a girl. And she was unbelievably cruel. She was mean. She was rotten. She was nasty. She was vile. And her name, well, some people called her Belle. Not Belle, as in Beauty and the Beast Belle, because she wasn't sweet. In fact, she was so mean. She one time saw something she wanted. She looked out her window and she saw a beautiful garden. Oh, it was so pretty. And she wanted it. She wanted to be able to go down there and pick all the flowers. She wanted to harvest all the fruits. And she hadn't worked for that. It wasn't hers, but she wanted it. So do you know what she did? She went to her husband and she said, "Oh, sweetie poo. You know that garden next door. Your precious little angel wants it." And her husband goes, "Well, it ain't ours." "Oh, but you can take care of that." And he's like, "It's not ours." So Belle took matters in her own hands. Oh, she got it. But she got it by killing the owner of the garden and then taking it away from his relatives. Yeah, you might have heard her name before. Oh, did I say Belle? That was her nickname. Her name was Jezebel. Queen Jezebel. And God had just about had enough. He was done with her. So he sent somebody, a prophet, named Elijah, to go and talk to her. And he told Elijah, he said, I'm done with her. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So Elijah showed up one day at Queen Jezebel's apartment. And he didn't knock. He just walked in. And he had something to say.
Jezebel, the Lord isn't happy with what you're doing, honey.
I don't know about you guys, but if somebody came and told me that God was not happy with something I was doing, I might want to stop and think about what I'm doing. God's a pretty big person to make mad at you. Do you think Jezebel stopped and thought about what she was doing? Oh, no. So Elijah had to come back and talk to her again.
She is so thick-skinned. All right. Jezebel, I've been talking with God, and he's been talking to me, and he said he ain't happy with you.
Well, Jezebel had just about had enough of this. Who did he think he was coming in and bossing her around? Did he not know who she was?
No.
She was the queen, after all. And whatever she wanted, she should get. Right?
No.
Well, she didn't agree with you. She thought she should. So she decided, just like the way she got the garden, she was going to have to get rid of this pesky Elijah.
Wait a minute. Get rid.
And so she called all of her soldiers.
Wait a minute.
And she sent some of them into the dark back alleys of the city to find the darkest, meanest, nastiest criminals. And she did what is called put a bounty. That means she put out a reward if you will kill the prophet.
Whoa, wait a minute,
Kill him
lady.
dead, so he can't bother her no
I
more.
don't want to die.
And Elijah started hearing rumblings of people coming to get him. Run. Do you know what he did? Do you think he stood there and said, no, I am strong and courageous because the Lord will never leave me? Do you think that's what he did?
No. Yeah.
It's not. It's not. He ran. He ran and he hid. And he didn't just run around the corner. He didn't go to his cousin's house and hide in the basement. Oh no. He ran for miles and miles and miles. He ran so far away he lost his way. And he ended up in a very dry, deserty place that had nothing. It had no water. Sorry. There was no coffee. There was no DoorDash. There wasn't even a McDonald's on the horizon that you could see.
Something around here.
He ran so far. He had nothing. And nobody could find him. Nobody knew where he was.
All by myself.
He was all by himself. Now that would have been okay if he would have packed a suitcase or a lunchbox. But he ran so fast because he was so terrified that he didn't take anything with him. Well, He chewed on his fingernails for a little bit, but that wasn't helping. And he looked around at the rocks, looked for a few bugs, maybe he could eat a centipede or something like that. There was nothing.
My belly is rumbling.
But do you know, even though Elijah ran because he was afraid, even though Elijah forgot that God would never forsake him, God didn't forget. God did not forget. And so he decided to send somebody to help him out.
Yes,
Who do you think
DoorDash.
he- No DoorDash.
Pizza Hut delivery guy.
No Pizza Hut delivery guy.
Drive-through.
No have a car.
Oh.
You would think maybe he would send his favorite Nancy with a steaming bowl of chicken and dumplings or something like that.
Right there on my plate.
Oh no! Do you know what God sent? He sent an ugly raven.
Ew.
Ravens who are known to eat garbage.
Ew.
Ravens who go and pick the meat off of dead roadkill. That is what God sent. Was a black bird who has very bad table manners. God sent that raven out to Elijah with bread every day.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Raven.
He sent him so that he could be fed every day.
Thank you, Jesus.
And that raven reminded him that even though he was afraid, even though he was scared, God had not forgotten him. And he was not alone. So even though this part of the story has been very silly to tell you, it's a very true story. I know some of you have been facing things that scare you. Maybe it's a bully at school. Maybe it's something happening at home. Maybe you hear mom and dad arguing and you don't understand it. It doesn't matter. But when we face something that's afraid and makes us terrified, all you have to do is look at that black bird and remember, you're not alone. You'll never be alone. Because God is always with you, even when you're afraid.
Just like the verse I talked about earlier. Nothing can separate you from God. Nothing can keep you away from Him. And when you feel you have nothing, Jesus will help you. Let's close this way. Everybody stand up. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about the times that you thought that nobody cared. Maybe you thought your family didn't love you anymore. Maybe you thought your teachers at school didn't love you. Your friends didn't like you anymore. It's probably not true, but we feel that way sometimes. But God will never leave you alone. He will always take care of you. Elijah did what was right, and God took care of him. When you do what's right, He'll take care of you. Close your eyes. Jesus, thank you for what we've learned today. Lord, I'm praying that you would bless every boy and every girl, that you would be with them and go with them everywhere that they go. Help them to know and remember they're not alone. Next time they feel they've been abandoned, help them to remember today, and that you will always take care of them. Let's close with worship. So either lift your hands or lift your voice or maybe both. And we're just going to say, I love you, Jesus.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you, Jesus. You're so
I
good.
love you, Jesus.
Lord, I am your kid and I belong to you. And I know that you will never leave me and never forsake me. You will always be there and nothing can separate me from your love. I want more of you, God. Set a fire in my soul. Can't contain, can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Can't contain, can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Next
Thank you, Jesus. Here's what we're going to do until the parents come. Leave your carpets right where they are. And we're going to play The Floor is Lava. Now, the only safe places are on the carpet squares. The only safe places are on the carpet squares. And every once in a while, the Ryan twins are going to pick up a carpet and put it in a stack somewhere where you can't step on it. And the other adults will be listening and watching. If you step on something that is not a carpet square, you will have to sit down right here with me. So, Sister Rose is going to find some good music to play while we do this. Everybody find a carpet square.